No one stammers against the Hammers, but another first goal is given away against LASK. But at least the boss still wants to stay. A defender's red card makes FPL life very hard. The good, the bad and the ugly for game week number 6 at Liverpool FC and Fantasy Premier League. Brought to you by the LFC File. Firstly, thanks again for stopping by, everyone. The support is much appreciated, and as always, thanks for the new subscribers and for all the views for the last videos. And you can follow the blog in written form, of course, on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, X. So let's get into it with the good. And for this week's good, it is of course the 3-1 win over West Ham yesterday at Anfield. Great result for the Reds, 18 games unbeaten now, so that was a really good result. Of course, Mo Salah's penalty, bit of a soft one, but yeah, every goal's a goal, as they say. Put the Reds ahead on, I think it was 16 minutes. And then Jared Bowen equalised for West Ham. So yeah, jittery first half. Núñez atoned for a couple of sitters really, let's say. Missed a couple of very easy chances in the first half. To put away a very good goal after about 60 minutes. And Luis Diaz, who came on as a second half substitute, was able to finish the scoring for the Reds to leave the score at 3-1. And as you can see here from The Independent, we've got the headline from Richard Jolly, who says, Darwin Núñez is Liverpool's wild card who can take the fight to Man City. And I think he's got a good point there, Mr. Jolly. It was a 7-minute snapshot into the enduring enigma of Darwin Núñez. There was the profligacy and the potential to be prolific, the glaring miss and the terrific goal. The possibility he could have been the man to cost Liverpool victory, and eventually the pivotal moment in their 6th successive win was his strike. And I think that's fair to say. It's a very good game from Núñez. He did miss a couple of howlers, it has to be said. But at the end of the day, as long as he scores enough to give the team the 3 points, I think you can't ask any more. And that, of course, brings us swiftly on to the bad. And the bad this week, actually, it's not the end of the world, but it's Liverpool again conceding the first goal, as they did against LASK in the first Europa League game, which took place on Thursday night in Austria. So Liverpool did run out eventually, 3-1 winners on the night, so that's fine. But there was an early strike, and it was a very good goal, actually, I have to say. And as you can see from Felix Keith's piece in the Daily Mirror here, he leads with the headline, Liverpool come from behind to beat LASK, but suffer fresh injury blow, 5 talking points. As usual, the 5 talking points we won't bother with, but the injury blow that Mr. Keith refers to is, of course, Ryan Gravenberch going off, limping late in the second half after getting his first assist for the club, although seeing as he came on yesterday in the second half, doesn't really seem as if it was anything, fortunately, to worry about. So a good result for Liverpool to start the European campaign, and let's see how things shape up as they move through the group stage. And that brings us swiftly on to this week's Smugly. We don't have an ugly this week, to be honest. Jürgen Klopp turning down the German national coach job in order to remain and see out the rest of his contract at Liverpool, which runs, as I believe, until the end of 2026. So that is a very good vote of confidence from the boss. And of course, he's going to be around to see the next couple of years of the Liverpool version 2.0, which seems to be very well installed. Let's use an IT vernacular at this stage. So looking so far, so very good. The DFB eventually gave the job to Julian Nagelsmann, who personally I wouldn't say is the best choice, but at the end of the day, if it means that Jürgen Klopp remains at Liverpool, then they could even appoint me for that matter. So well done, DFB, and thanks very much, Mr. Klopp. And we've got Chris Bascom's piece in the Telegraph here, where he has the headline, Jürgen Klopp turned down Germany job before Julian Nagelsmann was appointed. So very good news for the club, very good news for all the fans. Onwards and upwards with Liverpool 2.0. So before we wrap up, let's take our regular look at FC Bumpy Grastard. Another lackluster week, unfortunately. 64 points, which is 4 points below the average, as you can see here, of 68. So was cost dearly, unfortunately, by Malo Gusto, the Chelsea defender who was sent off. So yeah, I think the best scoring defender this week was Trippier, who I don't have, unfortunately, and of course Trent Alexander-Arnold is injured for the moment. So I haven't made any transfers as yet for Game Week 7, but I've got my eye on probably Sven Botman, I think, or Fabian Schär, both of whom are somewhat cheaper than Trippier, who is out of my price range at the moment. So yeah, what can you say? Hopefully better luck next week. Trent Alexander-Arnold should be back. I can only hope. I'm going to wrap it up there, folks. Thanks very much for coming along. Remember, this week we have the EFL Cup. Liverpool will be hosting Leicester at Anfield on Wednesday, and then of course next Saturday there is Liverpool versus Tottenham. As the Reds travel down to the Smoke for the late kickoff. So hopefully some more success to come this week. Remember, like, subscribe, press the notification bell so you get notified when a new episode comes along, usually the day after the last game of the week. So yeah, thanks a lot everyone. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the weather, which looks quite decent. It is here anyway, this part of the world, for the next week. And yeah, until next week. Peace, ULFC file.